Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Changdev Pasashti. The 65 verses or OVs written in reply to the blank paper sent by Changdev Maharaj to Dnyaneshwar Maharaj. In fact, he thought he's just 20 years old kid. What should I write? He was 1400 years old. How should I write to him? Respected Dnyaneshwar? No, he is just a kid. Just Dnyaneshwar, or Jnaneshwar. Somebody said Jnaneshwar, somebody said Gyaneshwar, somebody said Dnyaneshwar. Just remember. Huh? So what should I write? So he just sends the blank sheet. After that, looking at it as the youngest child, Mukta said, "Oh, he's 1400 years old and still he has sent the blank paper. He has remained blank in his life." And then he wrote all these things, and you know the story well. Okay, today 26 to 35. दर्पणाची आधी शेकी, मुख असतची असे मुखी, माझी दर्पण अवलोकी, आन काही होय. 26. If you are watching your reflection inside the mirror, you feel your existence. Okay, now if the mirror is removed, still our existence will be there. Like that, God is there everywhere. This world is reflection of Him. Whether this world remains or not, still God will be there forever. Super. पुढे देखिजे तेणे बगे, देखते ऐसे गमो लागे, परी दृष्टी ते वावगे झकवीत असे means to dupe or to get misguided or to get entangled into something like that. Okay, पुढे देखिजे तेणे बगे, देखते ऐसे गमो लागे, परी दृष्टी ते वावगे झकवीत असे. Now when we watch something, for example, you watch a movie or something, once that movie stops, then we lose the interest, and we feel, if that movie is not good, then we have been duped, we have wasted our 3 hours, we feel like that. Similarly, if we get entangled, involved, attached to all the fantastic things in life, then we might waste our time. In place of that, if you try to see, you see your reflection in the mirror like that, if you try to see God in everything, with each pulse beat, with each heartbeat, with each blinking of eye, with each thought process, 24/7, if you devote yourself with work is worship towards God, then you'll feel alive, lived, fulfilled. In fact, you feel like that. So you should not get carried away by this the worldly things. Okay, they are there, we'll do our duty, and all those things are there, but still we should remain unionized with God, becoming yogi and bhakta and devoted to the God. I just stopped because the pigeon is there. It comes to listen, you see. Okay, so unless we become unionized with God, unless we get that Atma Gyan, we can say that we have been duped by getting involved in this world. Simple. म्हणून दृश्याची ये वेळे, दृश्य द्रष्टत्वा वेगळे, वस्तू मात्र निहाळ आपणापाशी. So yesterday we saw the person who watches something, the thing that has been watched, and the process of watching. Okay, these 3 things are there. Similarly, we are born, we are living, and we are going to die. This is also Triputi. It is known as Triputi: watching, being watched, and the process of watching. Similarly, the tides come, recess, but still the ocean is there. Like that, God is there. Whether our body is born, we are living and we are died, we died, or something like that, or watching, the process of watching, the person who watches, and the thing which has been watched. These three things. Like that, everything vanishes. I am the person who is trying to understand the thing which are understanding. The process of understanding, the person who understands, the thing he is understanding. These three putti. All these things when vanishes, at that time we come to know what is real Paramatma. Once we become one with that, then again we don't have words to explain that. That also is going to come. But remember that you are beyond these words, beyond these things, and you are Paramatma, I am Paramatma, everybody is Paramatma, but still we follow all ethics and values and norms, and we live a life dedicated to the God at all the times, with each pulse beat, with each heartbeat, as you always say. वाद्य जाते विण ध्वनी, काष्ट जाते विण वन्नी, तैसे विशेष ग्रासुनी स्वयची असे. 29. Now, there are so many kinds of instruments are there. The musical instruments, like tabla is there, guitar is there, satar is there. Okay, so the sound is already inbuilt in it. Apart from that, sound is there without any voice or without any instrument being played. That is known as anahadhvani. Just keep a hand on this. You will listen to the anahadhvani. Anahat means, hat means making some like this, touching something, creating some noise, and then you hear that. We just keep our hand over here. At that time we listen to the random motion of atoms. That is anahadhvani. That dhvani means sound is already there in each instrument. Kasht jate vina vanni. Everything is made up of panchamahabhuta, so fire is always there in each of the things. So it is already existing. They say vishesha grasuni swaychi ase. So everything that you see inside that Paramatma is existing. It exists whether those things are there or not there. If they are there, then Paramatma is present. You should remember it forever. It is the basic ingredient of everything that is Paramatma. That's all we can say. जे म्हणता नये काही, जाणो नये कैसेही, असतची असे पाही असणे ज्या. We cannot explain it. If you say it doesn't exist, then it exists. If we say exists, then we cannot show. If we try to explain it, then we cannot explain. But then at the end of the day, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj says that Om Ekaksharam Brahma, and I shall make you listen through, I shall make the Paramatma listen through your ears, watch through your eyes, and understand through your brains. So both things are possible. There is one bhajan in Hindi. ऋषियों को, मुनियों को, ज्ञानियों को, तपियों को इसने बड़ा नचाया. It means that God has made people dance at his tunes. If you say this, it will be exactly opposite. If you say this, it will be exactly opposite. I mean, you cannot predict. God, his existence is there. That is predictable. But what he will do to make him understand, it is unpredictable. Because if you start predicting, then you are following some path which is already been walked, and it is not your path. Try to understand. So you cannot explain it. जे म्हणता नाही काय, you cannot say God exists. Then you cannot say it doesn't exist. So it is beyond words. Existence and non-existence. It is beyond existence and non-existence as well. जाणो नये कैसेही. If you try to understand it, you will not understand it. If you say, I didn't understand, but you feel that I understood something. So it is beyond something as well. Asatachi ase pahi asane ja. So it is there, always there, whether you understand it or not understand, or whichever word you may use. Ultimately, mouth shut is the best thing. Okay. आपुलिया बुबुळा दृष्टी आसोनी अखम डोळा तैसा आत्मज्ञानी दुबळा ज्ञान रूप जो. 31. our pupils cannot see itself. Of course, we are seeing in the reflection, but they cannot turn back and see themselves. Okay? दृष्टी असून अखम डोळा तैसा आत्मज्ञानी दुबळा ज्ञान रूप जो. So, you see, apulia buva means our pupils, they cannot see themselves. Means, are they blind to see themselves? दृष्टी असून अखम डोळा means you got the eyes but you cannot see yourself. तैसा आत्मज्ञानी दुबळा ज्ञान रूप जो. Like that, the person who is a realized soul, who has become yogi, bhakta, which cannot be separated from God, थेंबुटा सागरी बुडाला अवघाम योने एकची झाला देहातीत वस्तू. It has become the entity which is beyond words. He has become Atmadhyani, Brahmadhyani. But still, he or she, whosoever that person maybe, they cannot explain the Paramatma, existence of Paramatma, and what is that experience in the words. Because it is infinite. You cannot capture infinite in few words. But at the same time, Om Ekaksharam Brahma is also there. I hope you understand. So it is beyond words. जे जाणणे ही किम ठाई निर्णय कीर नाही परी जाणणे म्हणून याही जाणणे कैसे. It means, if you try to understand it, if you try to, after understanding, if you try to tell, but you cannot tell, if you try to understand, if you understand some things, then you try to explain, you cannot be explain, you cannot explain that. That is the God. We are talking about God. Now, what happens? निर्णय कीर नाही परी जाणे म्हणून या जाणणे कैचे. So, if you try to understand, you don't understand. If you don't understand, then you say you know something about God, that if I devote to Him, then definitely I can know Him. Once I know Him, definitely I can devote my each pulse beat and heartbeat to Him. Because everybody has some kind of experience in his life about God. You know, in Vrindavan, Mathura, so many places you go, people get experience whether you go to, and such means such places. So what happened once I went there, and then I got the darshan of Balakrishna, for example, little child Shri Krishna. So somebody asked me, how does it look? I said, the sky is highly densely packed, and if you make a child out of it, that is the way I saw Shri Krishna. Oh, is it? But how to make that sky compress into a small thing? That is very difficult. But I saw it like that. Somebody sees it like, Shri Krishna fully grown, having basuri in his hand. Somebody saw in some different form. Everybody gets his own experience. But you cannot explain even Sagunarup. Sagunarup means in the form. God is there. You cannot explain that. It is beyond that. Imagine the infinite God and formless God. You cannot explain that as well. Because it is not a matter of you give me 10 rupees and buy a chocolate. It is not like that. It is beyond that. You saw it. Doesn't mean that, I'm, Drashta, Drushtin, Triputi, all this is there. Being seen, being watched, and the process of seeing. It is not like that. That God in the Sagun form, in the form also is infinite, and infinitely existent formless God is also infinite. So it is beyond our words, beyond our imagination as well. यालागी मौनेची बोलीजे काही नहोन सर्व होईजे नवता लाहीजे काहीच नाही. 33. And that's why shutting mouth and not speaking anything is the best explanation of God. Because we cannot explain what are his characteristics, what are his attributes. It's or his or her God. Because there are no attributes attached to it. Infinite attributes. Okay, people say he is Shadaishwara Shampanna, he's got, he has infinite wealth, he has infinite, he is infinitely famous, he has got infinite power, he has got infinite energy and all those things. He also follows all the rules and regulations, because if he leaves the rules and regulations, suppose tomorrow morning the sun doesn't rise, then what will happen? So everything and every entity which have become nimitta matra, whether it is a mother earth or sun or what it may be, they have to follow the norms, and they follow. Like that, God also follow all the norms. But the best explanation is beyond words. Being mouth shut means it is beyond words. It doesn't mean that you should keep your mouth shut. No. It means it is beyond. Mouth means it is beyond words. Whether you speak it about it or whether you don't speak about it, but still, even if you use millions of words, still it is beyond millions of words. Even if you use infinite words, still it is beyond those words. Even if you don't use any words, still it is beyond your mouth, means beyond your mouth shut as well. Beautiful. Now 34. નાના બોધાચીએ સોરી રીકે સાચ પણ જેણે એકે નાના કલ્લોળ માયકે પાણી જૈસે જેવી. 34 means there are a lot of, a tide is there, a lot of things happen on this, for example, on the sea, but still water is there, whether it's the tide or no tide, or just drops are there or not, droplets are there, some, some flares are there, or what it may be, you can say. Still, ocean is ocean. Like that, so many galaxies are there, many earths are there, many living beings are there, maybe on the mother earth and infinite places they are there, but still God is there, whether they exist or not. Now another side of the story is we try to learn lot of subjects, for example, chemistry, physics, biology, accounting, and so many astrophysics or something like that. So after learning, we understand those things. That is known as bodha. We understand, and if it is a paramartha, then we try to inculcate those good values and ethics in our life. Okay, now we understand, make everything into action. Paramartha is action oriented, it is not words oriented. Bhakti, devotion, yoga is not word oriented, it is action oriented. Now what happens, that we come to understand so many things, but the basic thing that you should understand is God is one, and if you understand the ultra microscopic God, then you can understand other things as well, other subjects very well. That was always said by Dr. Nagarkar. He was PhD in life sciences, so now he is no more, in fact, I heard. Then what did he say, that if you understand right from early childhood the fundamental things like Sanskrit words and then shlokas and all those things, and understand the Paramatma very well, then you can understand these other fundamental subjects very well. The most fundamental things is Paramatma, which exists everywhere. If you have understanding about that, if you try to live with that, then other subjects become easier for you. Beautiful. All realized soul are like this. So what happens, that all the knowledge gets merged into one thing. All the tides and all those things, water droplets come and meet to the ocean only. Like that, everything at the end goes and meets to the Paramatma only. And we are that Paramatma. Try to understand as a yogi, as a bhakta, and we are youth Changdev and me Dnyandev. We both are the same things. That is what Dnyaneshwar Maharaj is trying to tell it to Changdev Maharaj. जे देखी जाते वीण एकले देखते पण हे असो आपण आपणचीच आहे. नाव again, the thing to be seen, the person who is watching, and the action of seeing. It is God is beyond that. We understand that. But if it is beyond that, then we see that we are merged with the God. The things to be seen, the action and everything becomes one and the same thing, like Brahmarpadam, Brahmavir, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmavetena Gantavyam, Brahmakarma Samadhina. It comes from Brahma Tatva and it goes, happens everything into Brahma Tatva and goes into Brahma Tatva, vanishes into Brahma Tatva. We feel that generator, organizer, destroyer, the God is like that. Or we have been born, we are living and we are dying. No, it is beyond that. We never born, we never live, we never die, we are beyond that, we are Paramatma Swarup. Try to understand. This is what Dnyaneshwar Maharaj is saying. If that is the case, if Changdev Maharaj, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, me, you and everybody are one and the same thing, then आपण चीज है. It means that we exist everywhere. We are the best relative of ourselves. We are the best friend of ourselves. We are the, उद्धरेत आत्मनात्मानम आत्मानम मौसादय. आत्मैव हि आत्मनो बंधुम आत्मैव हि रिपु आत्मना. We have to become best friend of ourselves. Carry out our work is worship and devotion to God at all the times, so that each moment becomes the puja, the work, the worship. Each moment becomes the namaskar forever, devotion forever. So that with each pulse beat, with each heartbeat, with each blinking of our, with each heart, brain process, with each thought, each cell out of 37.2 trillion cells, they are all devoted to God. That should happen with ourselves. If you think body is you that has been born and living and dying, then 37.2 trillion cells or so many cells are there. They should get devoted to the God forever. Try understand. And that is the way, Changdev, you can become one with the God. That will make you the real yogi, not the yogi who is stopping to die himself and living in the body. Body comes and goes. So many bodies have come and gone. Howsoever they may be, howsoever big, powerful, energetic, whosoever it may be, in any kind of form, in any kind of species they might be, they have come and gone. Whether supreme beings or Loha Pashan, as we saw. Loha Pashan means, Loha means iron, Loshta means, and Pashan means the stone. They are also species. A lot of things have come and gone. But if you understand this, that I am Paramatma, devoting your life forever, then you can become a yogi forever, bhakta forever, and that is the self-realization you will attain, and that is the way you will live a beautiful life hereafter. So you see, a child is making everything understand to a person who is 1400 years old. And that is why people say Dnyaneshwar Mauli, he is the epitome of knowledge. Changdev Pasashti is the epitome of knowledge. Advait philosophy. Dnyaneshwar Mauli, it means the mother of all knowledge. That is Dnyaneshwar Maharaj is telling to Changdev. Let us try to understand what has been told to Changdev Maharaj, and let us try to inculcate these qualities with each pulse beat, with each heartbeat, and try to remain unionized with God as a yogi and bhakta forever, and devote our life towards our own betterments and the betterment of the society, and so that we can create Swanandavan Bhuvan of Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, Anandavan Bhuvan of Samarth Ramdas, and Ram Rajya of Valmiki Rishi. A beautiful world, heaven on earth, we should try to create, whether on Mother Earth or Moon or Mars, wherever we go. Let us try to live a beautiful life. That is the request of Dnyaneshwar Maharaj to Changdev and to us as well. Let us try to live his request. Thank you very much.